Hey, Luke here, and somebody just sent me a property to take a look at. Said, "Hey, what do you think of this one?" And it was a bit alarming to me that this is not something that is going to make money in short-term rental. So I want to make a quick video. And first of all, of course, I want to say that I am not a real estate agent at all. So just opinions are all mine. I do not have a license of any kind. I just have a lot of experience in buying and renting real estate. So I wanted to share my thoughts. This was the property in question. And first of all, I'd like to go to the map, and this is a Sevier County property. I'd like to go to the map and see where this thing is. It is obviously a not a log cabin, so that's problem number one. And it's very possible the person looking at this just doesn't even realize that it will not rent. By the way, but maybe the person looking at it doesn't even realize that. The location is really not that terrible. I'm not concerned with the location. It's great. The problem, I would imagine, is that within this little area is probably more 70s ranches and not log cabins or hardy board or some sort of cabin-looking thing. And that's where the issue is. This is most certainly not a cabin of any kind, and it's probably in a residential neighborhood, which is rare, actually, in Sevier County. So don't freak out and say, oh, my God, what if it's in a neighborhood? That's pretty rare. You can see, sheetrock everywhere, white ceiling. And most certainly not a cabin. This is a 70s brick ranch. This will not rent on Airbnb. I mean, it will, but not for what you want it to. It's a decent sized house for the price, and it's also got a pool. That's why this house was brought to my attention. What do you Luke? What's it cost to maintain a swimming pool? Well, it depends on what kind of pool it is. Is it made out of fiberglass? Is it made out of concrete? Is it tile? Is it liner pool, gunite? How old is it? How well has it been maintained? These questions are, infinite, and there's a lot of different answers involved. But at the end of the day, this is a 70s ranch in a neighborhood, and it just really will not make money. So it's out. I was actually kind of alarmed that this was even brought to my attention, this property. So that's why this video is being made. And I basically want to run you through how my stream of consciousness. I cannot type and talk at the same time. When I'm searching for a property, I actually don't even use the MLS, even though there's a very large real estate agent in my household. I like Realtor.com. Zillow is not for me. Trulia, there's a million of them these days. Redfin, I like Realtor.com no matter what market I'm in. There's going to be exceptions to that. I do use Zillow for long-term rentals if I want to figure out how much to rent them for using the enemy method on long-term rentals. So here's basically my system for looking for and analyzing properties on Realtor.com, and it's probably very flawed, honestly, but this is how I do it. First of all, I want to get rid of that blue line because it annoys me, so I go down here, and then I come back. Oh, it's still there. I hate that blue line. Anyway, it's showing me properties outside of the blue line, so I'll let it slide for now. Personally, if at all possible, I like to purchase over here in the Wears Valley Pigeon Forge area. I do own one over here, and it's wonderful, and I love it. That doesn't mean that things over here and up here won't make money. It has nothing to do with money. It's just a personal preference. I like to kind of be over here. Obviously, I like to be over here. I have one over here as well. But in this day and age, I might add, I can see why somebody might think that this was an option because there is no product on the market. There is nothing to buy right now, and everybody's got dough. The government printed $5 trillion. People are looking to invest their cash, and this is a great investment. So I could see why, somebody might be frustrated. They're not finding the property that they think that they want. So they might even just kind of say, well, what about this brick ranch? Not a good idea. So that being said, the reason I brought that up, the market is so hot. Used to be back in the day, I'd kind of pick like the areas that I like and look at the properties in that area. You can't do that today. You have to kind of look at what's going on here as far as new properties, you can go ahead and let's say my purchase price is 450, 500 grand, right? So then we'll narrow it down to let's say between 400 and 400 and 550, something like that. That's going to be a pretty broad, hopefully bring us back some properties because, like I said, in this day and age, it's difficult to find anything. Let's go 550 and see what we got. And I'm looking, I personally like when they say new, like they've just been listed. Apparently, I got a targeted ad for a telescope. You want to know something that's hard to find right now? Telescopes. Just as hard, if not harder to find than real estate. This would be a contender for me. It does not say new. So, okay, let's look at it. When was it listed? 22 days ago. That's a concern for me. Why is it still for sale? We're going to have to scroll through and find out. I don't know. Maybe I would need to reach out to my agent at this point. Your agent, if a very good chance that they might even be familiar with this property because our agents are the best in the business. You got a drop ceiling in the basement. That's not a big deal. I would replace that. We'll go through a stream of consciousness property valuation on the next video. This is more so just kind of narrowing it down to which property, and then I'll make you another video on how to analyze a particular property. So this one looks like it checks most of the boxes. You got 3 beds, 3 bath, 2,000 square feet. The location, let's check that out. Okay, see, this is the issue. It's way up by the lake. That's out. The lake is good. It's actually very beautiful up there, but the lake is unpredictable, and a lot of times it runs low on water, actually. So sometimes you can be on the lake, and then 2 months later you're not on the lake. And really the traffic is down here past south of Sevierville. Sevierville, by the way, not Seaverville. So down here's where the action is. This house is still on the market because it is too far away. So you know, half of this is just identifying why is it still for sale. This one's got a great view back there, but it is not a cabin, and it is in a neighborhood. It's okay to have neighbors, but the neighbors need to be short-term rentals. This is some sort of blue-stained cabin. Oh, by the way, if you hover over the property, if you can see over here on the right side of my screen, the white dot. So I would consider that one also a little far away. It's also kind of weird looking. I'm probably not even going to click on that one. Pending. See, this is the deal. This is the reality. Everything is sold before you even get a chance to find it. You have to be on here looking at this stuff all day, every day. When one pops up that fits your box, you make the call, you make the offer, and then you ask questions later. That's my recommendation. I've got 4 properties under contract right now. One of them is a multifamily. Everybody says you can't buy real estate right now. I'm doing it. But you can't just wait for something to come across your table and then ask 18,000 questions about it. You got to jump. You got to be pre-qualified. You got to have money ready to rock. And you can't make any mistakes, honestly. They're just going to go to the next offer. What's this? It's up by the lake. Again, so really right now in this price range, there's not really much of anything that's new anyway. There's stuff that's maybe, let's click on this. That's land. I don't know why my cursor is a hand. There's a 2-2 for 5. This is a new construction, so that's something to consider. Is it done? When will it be done? Is it a construction loan? Is it a regular financing, etc.? Basically, you need to learn how to shop for properties. As a real estate investor, in my opinion, the 3 biggest portions are finding a real estate agent that understands what you're talking about, finding a lender that is going to work for you, has a product that is perfect for you in your circumstance, and really, most importantly, how to analyze and find a deal. You can't just sit around, especially in this market, in COVID in 2021, where everybody's buying real estate and not selling real estate. You cannot rely on your agent to send you properties. Their eyeball is different than your eyeball. They don't know exactly what your eyeball is going to see when they're looking at the property and when you're looking at the property, and they are slammed busy. Real estate agents are slammed right now. If they're any good. If they're not any good, then they'll probably sit there and hold your hand. And then you got to ask yourself, well, why does this person have time to hold my hand when this market, everybody's getting into real estate? So that's my stream of consciousness. I would click every single one of these dots. And if you do this on the app on your phone, by the way, the dot will change colors so you can tell which ones you've looked at and which ones you haven't, until I have all of them memorized and I have figured out why I'm not making an offer. Or if I am going to make an offer, go ahead and do it. But figure out why I have not made an offer. And then I'm signing up for auto updates, not only with my real estate agent, because those are going to be better updates, but also with Realtor.com. Sign up for the updates with them. And I'm checking those emails the second they come in, and I'm firing off an offer within 20 minutes. That's the only way to make it happen in the market that we are living in. I hope this video helped. Long hair Luke, theshorttermshop.com.